I grew up as a very young person on a Guernsey farm. And my father wasn't real pleased with the genetic improvement in the Guernsey breed, and he decided to do something different. And he met Louis Prangy of Elm Park Farms, and also Larry Moore. And they were two of the premier and first red and white breeders. And he was quite happy with what he saw and kind of impressed. And instead of changing to generic black and white Holsteins, he decided that we'd do something a little different. And it was a very good decision and a very profitable decision for our farm, because we started at the very beginning of the red and white kind of explosion, I guess you'd call it. Matter of fact, I can remember the first time I was a young person, I took a red and white calf to the fair. Our family is shown for generations and done quite well. And I took a red and white calf to the fair and showed her against the black and white. And some of the old registered red and black and white breeders there, I kind of overheard them say they ought to take that thing out behind the barn and shoot it. But that's how early we were in the red and white industry. And our timing was good. And then the red and whites have just taken off. And we just started selling bulls all over the country. And that's been the fun part of the business for me. I've got to meet hundreds of farms, all the way from, I've sold bulls to farms where you can see Lake Superior from the milk house all the way to the panhandle of Texas and all the states in between. And I always said my hobby was delivering bulls. I got to meet a lot of interesting people, large, small, organic, grazers, conventional, every type of farm that you could imagine I've delivered bulls to. There's no right or wrong way to do in the dairy industry. That's one thing that I've learned meeting all these different types of farms. There's just different ways. And whatever you are happy doing, if you're happy being a large conventional 1,000-cow farm, that's what you should do. If you're happy being an organic grazer with 30 cows and you're providing well for your family and enjoying that, that's what you should do. There's no right or wrong ways. There's just different ways. I mean, our family, I think, has had decades of service to the community. Between I and my dad, we had 32 years on the town board, served on school boards, served on multiple co-op boards. My grandfather was one of the founding members of the Wisconsin of the Wisconsin Farmers Union. My dad received probably the highest award that the Farmers Union gives. I've been on national policy committees and things like that. But I think there's been a member of our family on the town board for my entire lifetime. I'm approaching the end of my career, and I always said, George plans, God laughs. So we're not sure what the next step is going to be. But I one of the things that I'm very proud of is my family. My wife has been very patient. You have to be very patient when you're married to a dairy farmer, because sometimes their priorities get a little screwed up, and they're never on time for anything. But and she's kept me grounded and kept very good care of the financial things. Very proud that both of my children have stayed very involved in agriculture. My daughter, an award-winning agriculture teacher. My son is, as many people watching this will know that he is the state dairy economist for the UW in Madison. My daughter-in-law actually works for the University Extension Service as well. My son-in-law and his brother and father run a very large farm in Minnesota, and he is actually also on the county board. He's a county board supervisor, so staying very well involved there. And the year before last was the first time I got to be grandpa in the stands at the cattle show. I'm a very big supporter of youth groups. I was the founding member of the Cadet FFA at one time, our first president actually. over the years, they've raised well in excess of $100,000 to send kids on trips and things like that. They raised over $10,000 just this year. You know, and in this day and age, that extra funding can make the difference between some young person attending a Washington National Conference or a state FFA convention, or meeting some person that they really connect to and join to. And I've always felt that community service, especially to like the 4-H and FFA and things like that. I was blessed to have parents that were 4-H members and 4-H leaders, and took us through the entire program. And Marie and I have also served as 4-H leaders and things like that. And I think that's just so important. And the more things that you can get your children involved in, 4-H, FFA, church groups, things like that, the better chances you are that you're going to have children you can be proud of, which I am. And I say it's the best crop I ever raised. It's very humbling. I was very surprised when I found out about it. And like I said before, I personally have not done anything exceptional, or I'm not probably not even the best farmer in the neighborhood. But this is an award that has been earned by our family, not by me. I just happened to be the person that was selected to pick it up.